Hi folks, we are here with Team Mantic today and we are taking a look at Dungeon Saga Origins. So I think we might as well just dive straight into the gameplay. What we're going to do today is give you a flavour for the game. We're not going to spoil the stories, we're not going to spoil all the exciting stuff, but we're going to let you know exactly what you can expect from movement, how to do combat, casting spells, searching for things, that kind of stuff. So let me introduce you to the team and which characters they'll be playing today.
So, my name's Dan, I'm going to be playing as Olaf, the human barbarian, and I'm using a feat called Whirlwind, which will be useful if we ever get into a tight spot and get surrounded, so more on that later.
I'm sure that'll never happen. Ronnie.
Yes, hello. So I'm going to be doing two. I'm going to be playing obviously the dwarf, because I always do, so Rawdin. He's going to be our tank, taking up the damage, plodding around slowly, obviously, because he's a dwarf. And our feat is relentless, which means that I can't suffer any damage. So if we get in a tight spot, I'm just going to soak it all up. And then I'm going to be playing Danor, backing up as the wizard, which actually you've got a feat, which is focus, and that allows me to use my spell card and then retract it from the discard pile. And before you set up the wizard, because obviously they're always the most complicated, you have 3 decks and you get to pick 2 of them. Okay. So in this game, I'm going to be picking the flame bolts for pyromancy, because obviously,
yep,
and the healing. And I'm not going to be taking the petty magic set, so that's going to go back in the box.
Hi, I'm Johnny, and I'm going to be playing Madriga, the Elf Ranger, and the feat I've picked is Hail of Arrows. Basically, I get to shoot up to 3 times in a turn, so nice if we're got some long range needed.
And I'm going to be playing as the evil overlord here, the dungeon overlord, bringing in the monsters, trying to take down this Mantic team here. So we'll see how that goes, eh? So, Ronnie, how do we start? What we've done here is obviously we've set up the start of the exploration, and we've got the characters ready on the board. What's the first thing that we do?
Okay, so we've got our rule book,
yep,
and you've got your quest book,
yep,
and that's your book, and we're not allowed to cheat and look. So Johnny, no peeking. On quest 1, we set this up, and we've just got the very first bits down, which I think you put the doorway down,
yep,
and this, which shows you that's where the corridor ends. If you're playing it RPG light, you're in a dark corridor, you can see a doorway ahead, and then you pop down the minis that we can see in this corridor,
okay,
and then we're going to start making a plan about getting going and getting through the adventure.
Okay, so what I'll show you here then is we've got the 4 heroes here ready to come and take on the dungeon. According to my quest book here, is what we have. We have a skeleton soldier there, and as you can see as well here, we've got a door into a room here, and there's also some rubble which has blocked off the rest of this corridor. So it's up to you, gentlemen, now how you'd like to approach this.
I can go first and just shoot the skeleton if you want.
Yeah, do you want to soften it up and then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Before we charge in.
I think so.
Okie doke. So I won't move, and I'll just shoot from there.
Ooh, okay. So this is a good time to see how shooting works.
Yep.
I suppose,
Well, go straight shooting, and nice is you can then move afterwards,
yep,
so you can kind of go belting around
exactly,
the corner and
yep,
see if
yep,
there's anything nasty hiding around there.
So I have 4 attacks with my shooting. So
okay, move these ones out of here for you. So you've got 4 attacks there.
Yep.
How do you know you've got 4 attacks?
So down here you've got all your stats,
yeah,
and it's just down there is the
one that shows the
little arrows,
yeah,
so it's a
okay,
ranged attacks. Yeah,
and that tells you how many dice you're rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's see what we've got. Oh, 2 1s, a 6, and a 4.
Okay. So what we do now is then we'll have a look at the skeleton warrior here at their stats, and basically what we've got is this number 2 in the shield means you need to roll over 2 to be able to hit them. So as we can see now from your dice, you've got a 6, a 4, and 2 1s. So those 2 1s are what's classed as sort of feeble attacks, and they don't make it through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm defending against those 2 hits. And what we do is we take a look at my combat stat, which is 2, which means I'm rolling 2 dice. So we roll those, and I've got a 6 and a 3. Now, I believe what we do is we match up those 2 6s there, which basically they cancel each other out, so that's not classed as a hit. So that's a miss. And your 4 beats my 3, which means you do 1 hit.
Yep.
Now, on my card here, we've got a damage target of 2, which means you need to do 2 points of damage to enable it to take out the skeleton warrior. Unfortunately, just the 1.
So I failed that one.
He lives to fight another day.
And I think it's worth saying, damage doesn't stack. You don't put a wound counter down. You
Yeah.
either take them out or you don't.
That's it, yeah.
And that's quite a slick way of keeping them in there. He's got a shield.
Yeah.
Taking that one, it's a clipping wound. He's there to go. So,
That's it.
do you want Madridig to move?
I might as well now, hadn't I? Yeah. So I've got a movement of 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3,
And you
4.
stop
And then I
here.
stop. Oh, that front
Because
arc.
as soon as you get into a front cart of an enemy,
Yeah.
you can't move past them. You're not going to fight because you've already done your shots. So you fired it in and run round. But that's going to be beneficial because I suspect the barbarian are going to come in and smash your head.
I think that might be about to happen, yeah.
And you're going to get an outnumbering advantage.
Yep.
Also, you can probably see down this corridor. Is there anything ugly down that corridor?
There is. Thank you for the prompt there. So one down this corridor where you can see is we have another skeleton warrior ready to take on the dashing heroes.
So you're the killy guy.
Yeah, I think that makes
so
sense,
I think it's
doesn't
on
it?
you, and then
So thinking about what comes next, he's at range again, isn't he? So we're probably going to clear this through, and then Daniel's probably going to move up and can potentially put some fiery death down the corridor.
so let's see what can happen.
Let's see what happens. So I've got a movement value of 5, and an important thing in Dungeons Saga Origins is you can move through other characters, and you can move diagonally as long as one of the squares either side isn't blocked by a piece of furniture or something else. So I'm going to move right up to our skeleton, and then my action is going to be I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
So I've got a fight value of 5.
Yep.
Got my 5 dice. Okay, so I've got two ones, which I need to take out because they're less than your
That's
armor
right.
value.
Yeah.
Feeble hit.
And that leaves me with 3.
Okay.
Could rely on the dwarf to save you again, are you? I thought you were a fighter.
Maybe not, we'll see.
Yeah.
So again, I'm rolling 2 dice again, and I basically need to try and beat some of your scores there. So I've rolled a 6, which cancels out one of your 6s.
Yep.
And I've got a 4, which does your 5 cancel out my 4, or is it?
Yeah, so the 5
Yeah.
goes against the 4, so that's a hit.
Yeah.
That's a success. And this is a 3. It's unopposed
Yeah.
because you've used up all your dice. Your 6 was a good block. But is that good enough to beat your armour?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So
Yeah.
it's unopposed and successful. So there's the 2 wounds.
Yeah, that's it.
So we'll
Just
take
by
off.
the skin of his teeth.
Oh,
We're just warming up.
You're right. Okay,
it.
that's our pitch.
congratulations on the first kill.
Oh, that's all right.
Right. So that's your 2 actions. You moved and you attacked. Up to you now, Ronnie. You've got your heroes to go.
Okay, so it's down to me. What I'm actually going to do is take the wizard, who moves 5, because I've got my very slow dwarf at the back. And I'm going to charge Danor up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is, of course, he can push past his mates. They're there, they're sidling up. So it speeds the game up nice and quick. And I'm going to zap a flame bolt off, or one of my spells. Actually, I'm just going to fire a spell. Select a target up to 4 squares away. Does not need to be visible. The target suffers 4 dice attack. May not be used against the models in the front arch for monster. I'm not.
Yep.
I'm at range. So I'm going to zap you.
Okay.
And I'm going to get my 4 dice.
I think he's out of range.
4 squares. Damn it. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much, Dan. So you saved me from an exit there. And I've hopefully rolled well enough that I've got a 5, a 3, and a 2. So the 2 is a feeble attack.
Yep.
Discarded. I've got 3 successes.
Okay, so again, I'm rolling my 2 dice, trying to help out there. Whoops, roll it in the dice tray there. So we've got a 4 and a 2.
So the 4 goes against the 5.
Which is a
So I've got
success.
success. 2 goes against the 3 is a success.
Yeah.
And the other 3 is an unopposed. So I've
That's
done the
it.
3 wounds.
That's it.
2 takes him. Have him back.
Oh, I don't like the spells.
Well, and the bad news is I burnt it, that's it, gone.
That's it.
The good news was if we hadn't killed him, we did the one thing you never do, which is leave the wizard at the front of the party, because my dwarf only could have moved 4 and
Yeah.
wouldn't have got in front of him.
Right.
So I'd completely messed everything up in my enthusiasm, but there we are.
It paid off.
So I'm going to do, the dwarf's going to move up, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
And then one of the things we love about Dungeon Saga Origins is I've got an action, nothing to do, can't get to the door, so I'm going to search.
Yes. So when you explore, the first thing the Overlord will do is I'll consult my quest map here and see if there are any secret doors, because secret doors are always the first thing that we search for. I can tell you there's no secret doors, so you can take a card from the exploration deck.
Exciting! So I'm going to go in here, I take the top card of the exploration deck, whatever it is we do it could be, it's gold! Hurrah! What dwarf could be happier than that? So you find a small dirty cloth containing a few gold coins. Add 10 gold to your hoard. So we're going to take 10 gold, and I'm going to get to keep that. We'll come back to that later, but at the end of the game, the more gold you've got, the more toys you can buy.
So that's your search done, and that's the end of that round.
Yeah.
So then ordinarily what would happen now is that the Overlord would then move any of their monsters. Unfortunately, you've been a bit overzealous with your spells and your axes. So now we don't have any monsters to move, so we go back to the start of the next round.
Yeah, and that first room is very much about just getting the
Yes.
players getting into it, getting that movement. There will be some pre-goes, but it's going to start getting tasty now. So we reset, and we can just decide which order we're going in.
On to round 2.
So we've got a door on the left of the corridor coming up. So maybe we use Rawdin to get the door open, and then a few of us charge in and see what we've got in there.
If there's anything nasty, I can take a shot or an action from it, or as long as we don't get interrupted, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Okay.
Right, so I'll go 1, 2.
Yeah,
I open the door, that's a 3.
yeah.
What can I see, boss?
So as you open the door, I look at my quest book as the Overlord, and then I can put in, inside this room, there is another closed door in the corner.
Okay.
Over here. And then, unfortunately for you folks, we have a skeleton archer just hiding in the corner there, ready to take some pot shots. And we also have a skeleton warrior just hiding there, ready to... oh, that's not a skeleton warrior. Let's get a skeleton warrior in there. Just ready for someone to come bursting through the door there.
Okay, guys, so I've got one more action point, because that was 3, 1, 2, 3, open the door, so I can go in, but if I go in, we're only going to get one more in there. Probably going to take a shot, but I love that. Or I can kind of finish and let you guys go in further and kind of get angles in here. I don't know quite. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I suppose the problem is if you go in that doorway, that's your last movement, you're then sort of blocking the doorway. That we can still get through, but...
Unfortunately, I haven't got any ranged attack or anything else.
No.
Can't search or anything at this point, so I can either hold and wait for you guys to go, or plough in and try and get my hit in and see if I can do enough damage to take him out. I'm tempted to wait.
Yeah.
Let you guys
Yeah,
have
I
it,
think
because
so.
if I miss my attack, you can possibly get an attack from here.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to get shot, and we're blocking the doors up for later action. So
Yeah, so I don't think any of us can get to the skeleton archer, so whoever goes in is going to get shot at. So
if we wanted to put someone here and shoot,
Yeah, so I could get in and shoot the skeleton archer
and then I
just
can,
from
I
the
can
doorway.
charge in after.
yeah,
Yes.
you could do that,
Yep.
and then okay,
That gives me a better chance.
Yep.
Yep.
okay. So I think it sounds like it's Madrigal to go next.
Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you reckon that? Or shall I go that
I
one
think.
there?
Oh yeah, I think this one.
That one.
And then you're going to shoot through.
I can shoot through
What's
to the archer there.
What's your range?
The range is 4.
So that's where you want to
Actually,
be.
you want to be
So-
there. And
so
actually,
I
this
do
is
wanna
better because
be-
you can
yeah.
shoot through the doorway, and then
Yeah.
you can count a straight line from yours to there.
Yep.
1, 2,
2,
3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then.
Right. Let me move those out the way. So this is my skeleton archer, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so. Oh, wow. 2 2s and 2 1s.
Well, you'd be glad to you'd be glad to know that my shield is of 1, so at least the 2s go through. So the 1s are misses as feeble hits, and again I'm rolling 2 dice as a skeleton archer as well, and I'm
Any
trying to
decent
beat
roll?
2s.
And then we've got a ninja skeleton arch from the way.
Oh! So we got a 1, which sorry, my 3 beats one of your 2s, so that makes that a miss. But your 2 beats my 1, which means it's 1 point a hit. However, the damage target on a skeleton archer is only 1. So the skeleton
Excellent.
archer goes pop.
Oh, that's paid off.
Yeah, for a terrible roll, that actually
Yeah.
did
Right,
all right.
it was. I
didn't
think
it?
there's 2.
Yeah.
If you'd rolled well, then that'd have been there, and we'd have been taking some damage next turn.
That's
Because
it, yeah.
pretty nasty, but we ninja'd it with the elf.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm then going to charge in. Because I'm on a corner, I can't go diagonally across because one of those...
I thought your mates allow you to go through.
he does, but I can't jump
Okay.
straight to there because this square is blocked off. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that does actually put me in... I'll tell you what, let me go here.
You can't move through his front arc, I think. You
Oh,
can't
that's
stop
fine.
me
So,
getting
let,
to
so
it.
let's stop there. Let's find a place for his axe. There we go.
Just rested upon his head.
Just on his head. Lovely.
Okay.
Almost like he's designed that one.
So 5 dice I'm then going to attack.
That's right. Yeah.
Having moved in.
Yep. And my shield on a skeleton warrior is 2, so anything 3s and above is good.
Okay, so there's a few too many 2s in there. So it's quite important we clear this out. I'm wondering whether to use my special, which allows me to re-roll any of my dice when making a fight action.
I think if he rolls one good dice, the blocking the attack is going to stay, and that's going to slow us down for a whole turn.
Yeah.
So I think.
So let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 of those have to come out. We're going to re-roll one of those dice. Oh, which is a 2.
You roll it.
Never mind, but that's now used. So,
Okay, so you've used up one of your specials.
So I have two dice, but there are 5 and a 4, which at least is good.
That's not too bad, is it? Right, okay, so now I'm going to roll my 2 dice. And I'm looking for 6s here, really, I think. That would be nice.
You're not.
Yes.
A 3 and a 1.
Excellent.
So, yes. That means that my little skeleton warrior there is no more.
Room clear.
Okay.
Well, that's great. So we're through the room, which is nice. We've cleared it out, which was a little bit, and then I can get the wizard in. Daniel's going to pop in with a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, do we want to be cheeky and open the door? And that will mean if there's anything in there, they can come through us, or should we just wait? Obviously, Daniel's rash and thing is, I'm never going to search, but I can open the door. I've still got 1 movement left from where I was. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can either open the door, and then if he goes, we might be facing some baddies and leaving the wizard exposed at the front, or end my turn there and do the search.
I think it's probably safe to open the door.
I think it's lunacy, but I think we should definitely do it.
I think it would show off the game mechanics very well if we
Let's do that then.
It gives Andy more to do.
So he's going to do that.
This is where I have to keep my poker face and not tell you what's going to happen. So behind that door, we have another door. So there's a door to open. Let me just find a closed door there in the corner, which might help you to escape the room, but not before you've defeated my zombie, who's just popped into the corner of the room there. So yes.
So the good news is, because we're unopposed in this room, I can still search. So I can still use my second action. I can't fight. I might have a spell in there that can zap round corners. But to be honest, we're going to have to search. It's better that the wizard does that and doesn't get too exposed at this point. So I'm going to explore. Is there any secret passages?
There are no secret passages. So yeah, you get the pull from the exploration deck.
So here we are. And, oh shucks. Damn it. Nothing. Despite searching as best you can, your efforts are in vain and you find nothing. So it goes back on the discard pile and nothing from that exploration phase. Okay, so nothing, shucks, right, that's the end of my turn. Over to you.
Right, I get to do my first overload action now. So my zombie has a movement of 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring him into combat here. 1, 2, 3 into the room. And I think your wizard's going to take a little bit. It looks like a tasty
So
snack.
when you said open the door, Johnny, what you meant was throw the wizard under the bus. Yeah, thanks very much.
So the zombie, he basically rolls 2 dice in combat, and your shield there, your
it's
defense.
a massive 1. So
1.
Only 1s for feeble attacks.
So we need 2s and aboves from the dice roll, and we've got a 2 and a 5. So both of those are hits, but the 2 isn't too
Doesn't
great.
probably matter. So I need a 5 or 6. I'm taking a wound.
Yes.
Simple as that. And I get a 6.
So the 6 cancels out my
Which is brilliant.
5.
And I was getting all smug thinking I'd done it. And then I get a 1, which
Right.
doesn't beat your 2. Your 2's over my armour. So I take a wound. And what's quite nice for the heroes, even if there was 2 successes, I would only take 1 wound.
Yes.
I've got myself in peril. You can't have one of those ones where you fatten it.
Yeah.
If you want to be. So that's that. I've taken a wound. I'm now on my back foot and I'm looking for mates to come and save me, please.
You're the healer.
All right, that is it.
So that's the end of that round. That's the end of round 2. As you can see, this is really nice and quick. We're whizzing through this on to round 3.
So we can't search in that room again because we've already searched it. We found the secret passage and we found nothing. So we're going to move through. There's a zombie in the way. We can't just move through him. So one of us has to take him out.
Well,
Either you go here, shoot him, and then the big man can run through into the next room, or you get tasty and give him a little clattering.
yeah, it's whether we want the safe ranged option or whether you just want to fly in.
What's the defense value on a?
Pretty tasty.
Okay.
So,
So zombies are. How many damage do I need to do? 2 damage.
He's got a shield of 1, but he does 2. He needs 2 damage to take him out.
Okay.
So is it actually worth me coming up here and hitting with a range attack, and then if that does fail, we've
Just
still
move
got
straight
you to
through.
come in to hit him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you move to the back of the room.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up here.
Which puts him in
And
range.
4 dice. And I got a 3, 2 twos, and a 1, so not very good.
So the ones are a miss. They're your feeble hits, so you can remove the 1 there.
Yep.
And then
I'm wondering if it's worth using my special. So I've got once per game, Madriga can re-roll any one of her dice when making a shoot action. I think that might be worthwhile.
This is the point to do it, eh?
Let's re-roll this 1.
2.
Well,
Right.
you've got sheer volume because they're
Yeah, that's
only
it.
going to be able to block a couple. So
That's it. So
probably-
even if I roll these, even if I get 2 6s, which I did, I got a 5 and a 4, however. So that just to show, the 5 cancels out the 3, which is your highest dice. The 4 cancels out a 2, which is your second highest dice. But you still do 2 hits.
So it was worth the
2 is
re-roll.
enough to take out the zombie.
If you
So,
hadn't done that, we'd have been 1 short.
Yep.
Zombie would have still been there, slowed us down, everything else.
so you managed to take off his head with one of your arrows.
So there's a sheer volume play, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Of just the goodness of your shooting.
Excellent.
So in this turn, I think all we've done so far is your
My shooting.
Madriga's gone.
Yep.
So we've got now we can't search this room again. Have we? We've done that.
We
So
can't.
we can search that. We've got this door to open.
Yep.
But we've still got plenty of action. So are we tempted to just barrel on through and see what's on the other side, or are we going to play it safe? Boring. Should I have a go and open the door?
Well, we did that last time.
Exactly, and it worked perfectly. And then you can still, can you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You can get out there.
I can get 1 square
You
out.
can certainly
back-
get, or he can't 1, 2, 3, 4. Dwarf can get here and stand next to the wizard. You can get in front. Hey, come on. This is only taking 1 move, but I reckon
Oh,
it's played
actually,
so far.
because we've got a wall here, I can't get into the corridor. I can get
Yeah,
to a square
so
looking
close.
into it. So,
So,
but we can get in there. We can open it up. We can search.
I think it's better that you have your actions left than me.
Yes.
And I can zap something if it's standing right at the door. I'll zap it, and you can barrel around and protect me if I get myself in trouble yet again. Can I go 1 there like that? Diagonally?
No. So you're going through the
1,
that. Yeah. There you
2,
go.
3, 4.
Yep.
Still got 1 action, which will be open the door. Right, what can we see, Andy?
Okay, so in this room, what we can see is the next part of the dungeon. So we'll just move this across, and we'll put that on there so we can see it.
And how do we know which the tiles work? I think
So what we do is on the actual tiles, there's letters and numbers. So there's an A1 on this one and an A2 on the other side. My quest map here tells me it's A1, and it also tells me the orientation of the tile. So this is where the dungeon opens up from here. And what we will start to see now is there's a door here into this bottom room here. There is a door on the other side there. And from where you're standing, you can probably see one of my skeleton archers here as well. Yeah, that one's blocked off there as well. Thank you very much. And there is also a skeleton warrior hiding in the corner here as well. And yeah, go on. I was going to say wait until you could see him maybe, but let's put him on the door there. You could probably just see his sword poking out the corner there. I
Just
think
hear him groaning.
Yeah, groaning and
having
some
a little
noises.
bit of a rumble in the corner there.
Okay, so we're in a big corridor room, and there's a little bit of spice now. So
Yeah.
I can I blast anything from there? Probably not got the range on anything. I'm probably a bit too far away. That's the healing. So I'm probably going to say, you know what I could do? I could search that room. Then we know it's done and out of the way and whatever's coming. And then we've still got, tank and whirlwind machine of death to deal with to protect me from my hazard next behaviour. So should I do that?
I think so. Yep.
All right. I'll go exploration. And phew, battle potion. I was thinking, I hope it wasn't wandering monster because we've got 3. Right. Battle potion. The hero may retain this card and use it any time. When used, the card is discarded and the hero gets +2 dice to their next fight attack up to a maximum of 6.
Ooh.
And I can trade that. If someone stands next to me, we can actually trade items. So I'm probably not going to be using my fight actions that much as done all. But if any of you need a bit of help, pop on over and ask.
Excellent.
All right. Who's going to come through the door and face the monsters?
Well, I think I've already been volunteered. So here we go. So I've got a move value of 5. So I can go 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I can't quite get out there.
5, 4,
Oh yeah,
5.
there we go.
Stand
I can
there.
get in that. I can block the doorway.
Yeah, 'cause I can't even get in front, so you have to take it, I think, and
That's fine.
get pin cushioned a bit.
Thank you. So
Could have searched, but I can give you that. You know what? But to the maximum
Well,
6.
I still have another action, so I can search.
We've searched that room already.
Oh, of
haven't
course
we?
we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it.
Why
Again.
not as an action, I give you that battle potion.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then that could work with your feet. It won't work normally because you're going to get up to 6 attacks, but when you use your feet, you could probably
Oh, that's true.
nick it, and then you could go complete
Yes.
super.
Yeah. So next turn, I want to get into the middle and draw them in,
Saw them will go in.
and then we'll go a bit nuts and see what happens.
Right, and Ruonis are going to come up because I think he's going to be jumping out. When you go in, I'm going to be backing up and keeping them away from the rest of the party. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the downside of being a very slow dwarf is
It's all that heavy armour, isn't it? That's what it is.
now. Who said open the door? We're now spread out. Never split the party. I'm fairly sure we've done that. Never let the wizard be at the front.
Right, so all the heroes have taken their turns now. It is over to the dungeon overlord and the monsters. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shot with my skeleton archer here, and then I think I'm going to move these two warriors in. So range for shooting basically is if you can see it, you can shoot it. There's a lot of walls and doors in the way, so ranges are never going to be too long. So you can see the barbarian there, and he rolls, the skeleton archer rolls 3 dice for his attack. So he's going to roll these 3 dice. And your shield, your protection is 2. So I need 3s, 4s, and 5s and 6s. Which I did all right with there. So we got a 4 and 2 6s.
So luckily, I have a. Oh, we're missing a dice.
It's been stolen there by Johnny there.
Right, so I have a combat value of 5.
Right.
So not a lot of armour, but
Yeah.
lots of fightiness.
You only get one through. You know what? Those double 6s are going to hurt.
Yeah.
So 6 kills a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Your next 6, there's nothing opposed.
okay.
You only need to do 1 damage because you don't do any more than that. So
Yeah.
the fact you've got a 4,
Yeah.
once
4
you've got a
blocks of
6 through, so it's straight through. So you're going to take a wound of damage.
Yep.
So you take a wound. So that skeleton was he was a nice lucky shot there, I
Good
think.
shot.
And then then what we're going to do is we're going to move the skeleton warriors now. I'm going to leave the archer hanging back, I think. But we're going to move the skeleton warriors. They've got a movement of 4, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they do work better when they're ganging up. So we're going to move this one alongside and say, "Come and get me, boys."
Setting the trap.
So that's the end of turn 3.
Yep.
We're on to turn 4 now.
So a little bit of damage being dotted around. Not too much we're worried yet. We're still
Yeah,
a bit of healing.
bit on the wizard, bit
Yeah.
on the barbarian.
But,
Fine over here.
yeah, yeah.
What in the
That's
back?
the
In the back. I'm
Hiding around at the back.
I'm behind you.
Yeah.
About
Never
2 rooms behind
Yeah.
you.
Never
Don't
split the
worry.
party.
I've got your 6.
So, what are we thinking?
I think charge in and whirlwind is the obvious one. If we want to use it this early on, I think we could do.
I think let's clear this room.
I think
it
it
looks
would
pretty
be.
tasty.
I
this
think it
room.
would be rude not to.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Okay, so you're going to move up.
Yep, and see if I can clear. It will mean.
So you're going to use your feet. This is your feet whirlwind. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. I think it's probably a good idea.
Yeah,
and
I can't do anything about the archer, but we can try and have a crack at those 2.
If I can try and get my dwarf close to you now, he's going to shoot you, but you
Yep.
can take another hit. And
Okay.
I could use some healing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Whirlwind, and then we might even consider. Let's look at the numbers, but maybe even the battle potion as well. So
Okay.
I can move up to 5, so I can easily reach them. 1, 2. Here we go.
I'd go 1, 2, 3, and come in this side. Leaves a little bit of a space here.
That's
so
true for
Maybe
the-
someone can
For
wizard
the archer or wizard
someone
or
can have a
yes.
bit of action there if possible.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. Okay. So I've done my move. I'm now going to attack. We talked already. It's probably a good time for me to use the whirlwinds. We've got multiple enemies. This will allow me to negate the advantage of them surrounding us and
Yeah.
ganging
Otherwise, you're
up.
not getting dice and
So this is, and I've,
got a
al-
bit of
and I've already taken a wound. So this is probably the time. So this will allow me to make 4 dice attack
Yeah.
against each enemy that's surrounding me, even if they're in my rear arc. So he's spinning around with that big axe and going to
Nice.
hopefully do some crunching attacks. And just to really stack the odds on that first one, I'm going to use that battle potion, which will give me an extra 2 dice. So we're going to go against this chap first with 6 dice,
Okay.
and then the other guy with 4.
Okay. Right. So 6 against this first one.
Yeah. So 6 dice, and we have.
That's still shocking, rolling.
Well, I changed the habit of a lifetime. 6. So a 6, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 2, and a 1.
So you have protection or a shield of 2 there. So 1s and 2s are feeble misses.
Yep.
Okay.
And then he rolls his 2 dice. And he's got 2
Oh,
6s.
Oh.
Nice on fire.
Oh.
Catastrophic. So 6 takes the 6 out.
Yeah.
6 takes the 4 out, and we're through with 1.
3 with 1.
So 1's not enough to kill him, is it?
It isn't.
No, it's not. Even
So
with 6
he's going
dice.
nowhere.
So we're going on to
Yeah.
the next guy. So
We're
Okay,
gonna bring our
hopefully you
own
take
dice
this one
next
out,
time.
otherwise we're going to be outnumbered in
Yeah.
our attacks.
yeah,
We'll
so
be taking the damage. Oosh.
So you're 4 dice this time
yeah,
for your second attack on this. This
so
other.
4 dice on the next
Yep.
one. Here we
4
go.
6s, here we go.
Come on, this is the one.
Here we are. Oh, that's better. 2 6s, a 5, and a 2. So the 2 isn't going to get through because
No,
it's
the
feeble.
2's okay. Also, yes, you're right. I was looking at the skeleton archer there. Yes.
So we have 3 good hits.
Okay, so my 2 is a 3 and a 1. So your 6 takes out my 3, and your 5 there takes out my 1. So yes, he is definitely a no more.
Thought you were going to have to rely on a dwarf again to come and save you then.
Nicely done. Okay.
Okay, well, so you guess the 6 would have killed him and the 4 might have been a 50-50, but we've done it exactly the other way, so we've thinned them out a bit.
Yep. So that's now used. So,
So that's the end of your turn. Now I'm going to do something now, which allows me to show off another one of the mechanics in the game. Is I'm as the overlord player, I get 4 interrupts to use during the game, and I can use up to 2 of them in each round. And an interrupt allows me to basically stop the flow of the heroes and come in and attack. So this hardy fellow here who stood up to that axe, he's going to try and get a shot in before he kind of gets overrun by the other heroes. So he is about to take a swing at the barbarian there.
Okay, yep.
And his close-up attack is 2 dice. So what's your shield that I need to get by?
2.
So 2.
No 6s. No 6s.
3s and above. So the 1 is a feeble miss. We do have 1 gets through on a 4.
5 combat dice for the barbarian. Yeah. So we've got
Yeah.
a couple of 5s, 4, 3, with
You
5.
defended
so-
against it.
Yep.
Yes.
It's only a real problem if they were all a 6, because there's nothing we can do to get rid of those.
So yeah, he's used one of his interrupts, but he tried to get a quick little dig in there while he could.
Well, he's probably going to be dead, so that's a good idea.
Right. Back to you, gents.
Okay, so the splitting the party and spreading us out over 2 rooms is now rather looking foolhardy. Definitely not my fault. I've got Dan Orr standing here. I've got a spell. Target must be visible. Itself as a 5 dice attack. Feels a bit OTT. But that's probably the only thing. My dwarf, now obviously Rawdon can come up and protect the wizard.
I think we want to get him in, don't we?
He's going to do this. We definitely know the dwarf getting whacked, but I don't feel I can really do any damage unless we get a spell off from Dan Orr in the first place. So, what's your thoughts? I can come out and hide behind, but not shoot, or get in and shoot.
Well, we can still come back to that, can't we? So maybe we can start moving Rawdon up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you've got a bit of cover from the wizard, haven't you? And Madrigal, we need to get back in the fight as well. Or back into, we need her in a corridor where she's got some range.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
I think if you push Rawdon in first,
I can't do anything else
follow
other
him
than
behind.
yeah,
No, I think
go
let's move
1,
to
2, 3.
4.
Can I go there? Or do I
No,
go
in
to
straight out.
Okay, so then that I'm gonna have to move, but could move here and get a spell, whatever. Okay.
and I've got 6, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I still can't quite get out there yet, but we're all a bit more bunched up again now.
I mean, you can take a hit. I do have a healing spell, so if the worst comes to worst, they can't shoot into combat.
Yep.
Warden could take a hit.
Well, this is a nice point on the wounds, isn't it? So you can only lose a maximum of 1 wound per combat.
Yeah.
So you get punished for making bad decisions, not for bad luck.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think they've made some average decisions, let's say, at this point, and not used the dwarf. So what should we do? I think he's better in the room, but I can shoot into that. 5 bucks. Do we want to use a 5 dice attack on this, or does that feel a little overkill for what you're going to kill?
So
next?
are you going to lose? Will you have a negative dice modifier because you have to shoot around the dwarf?
No, because I can move first.
Oh, okay.
So or I could come here and zap this fella from a distance, save us all, and get us through the doorway.
Could do.
Yeah.
Should I go 1,
That probably makes
2,
more sense.
3, and then zap across here?
Yep.
Line us out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go to 4, will that then double up?
No, because I can't.
That'll move into the front
May
arc.
not be used if the casting model is in the front arc
Okay.
from one
Yeah, I was just thinking for helping.
Yeah. It's a
Olaf
good
in
idea,
the
but out
next turn.
together.
No, it's
And-
going to have to be the dwarf.
Olaf can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's zap that one in. A little bit overkill, but I think we need to just clear the room at this point and keep going.
So just before you roll those, Ronnie, we briefly mentioned there about like modifiers and stuff in combat. So there is a modifier if there is a small piece of furniture in the way as well, which is you lose 1 dice basically.
Yeah, so there's 2 types of furniture,
Yep.
low furniture and high furniture.
Yep.
High furniture blocks line of sight, low furniture is a negative modifier.
Yeah, and if you're being attacked in your rear 3 squares, there is a negative to your defensive dice, isn't there?
Yep.
So there is some modifiers there as well. If it's not just kind of
knock
sort
dice
of-
down.
Yeah,
And all
exactly.
conveniently covered on our complete rule set on 2 cards. So action, traps, fighting, and shooting, all covered. Conveniently, yeah.
Right. So you're about to
I'm going to do a 5 dice attack on your archer at the back of the
flame
room.
bolt.
Right, 5, 4, 4, a 2, and a 1. I'm getting your archer, so I think that's
Yep, the one's a
feeble.
miss. That's right.
And I've just got sheer volume, which is probably going to be hard for you to block. The
Yeah,
volume
definitely is.
of
I've only got 2
forces.
dice. I've got a 3 and a 1, which is it wouldn't get through anyway. And that archer has only got a damage of 1, so he's gone.
So what I am going to do is, as you know, I was a little bit reluctant to burn off my favourite and best and toughest spell. So my feat for Denor is discard this card when casting a spell, select a spell and use it as normal. However, instead of the discard the spell, it is retained. It can be used again in later rounds. Or I can also go through my whole discard pack and pick something else.
Yep.
So if I'm thinking, okay, we're facing a lot of enemies, I could pick up the multiple hits. In this case, I want the tasty one back for whatever end boss is coming. So I've now used my feat, but I've got my tasty spell back in the...
Nice.
Nice use of that, eh? Okay. Right, so that's all the heroes gone now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I've got my one lone skeleton warrior.
Stab it away!
He's feeling a little bit outnumbered at the minute, but he's going to get a hit in before the next round, I think. So he's going to attack against the barbarian. He's rolling 2 dice in combat, so hopefully he's going to get some 6s. You got a 5 and a 3. So your shield is 2, I believe.
It certainly
so
is, yeah.
both the 5 and the 3 go through. So you get a defender against that.
So I have 6,
So the 6 beats my 5,
and then I got a 4,
which beats my 3. So you
and then the rest
successfully,
is all about
yeah,
this.
you successfully defended it. So nothing to worry about there. And he can move out of combat, but you take hits, don't you, for basically disengaging.
You have to break away.
Yeah. I think he'd be better off there just slowing you down a little bit for the next round. So yeah, on to round 5, I think it is, isn't it?
So we can kind of... The dwarf could come up and clear, and then the barbarian's free to move around the room. Or you can attack and then move.
I
I think it's important that the dwarf gets an attack in.
I think so.
Is it? Okay, you're
He's not really
feeling...
done anything yet.
Our time will come. I thought we were going to also belt him into the room first, so I'm going to take about 6 turns to get there, so I don't mind if I don't have to do any combat. Very good at searching, so I think you're most likely to kill it.
True.
You know, we can't shoot it, so you're more likely than I am. I could end up moving here, taking my attack, failing, and then I'm blocking everybody up and slowing everything down. So I think you...
Or the other option is, because my guy's quite tough because he's got the 5 combat value, he could use that. He's got a good chance of breaking away without taking a hit, and could get to the next door. That's the other. And then
Kill
leaves
him
free
and then...
Yeah, breaking away is not very barbarian.
That's
We're not
true.
doing that.
That's
Kill
it's a
the dwarf.
strategic withdrawal.
Yeah.
Never retreat.
So I think if you take it out,
Yep.
then you can move down to the doorway.
Okay.
Yeah. Have a little look, and or we might want to huddle a bit there at that point. But why don't you do the attack?
Yeah,
do
go
the,
on then.
That's what the barbarian's there for.
That's fine.
Damage.
So yeah.
So we'll do our attack.
See if you can actually kill this
Skeleton
this
warrior.
time.
Well,
You know, I mean, 6 attacks, whirlwind.
based on track record.
So 3s and aboves is what you need.
Oh, I did warn you. 6, 4,
Right.
3 twos.
This is why you wanted the dwarf to do it.
So those 3 2s are feeble misses.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm rolling 2 dice, and I've got a 1 and a 5. So your 6 beats my 5, and the other one beats my 1 as
I was
well.
always confident.
Yeah.
So
Never in doubt.
narrowly taken out of the fight.
So now you've got. I think you probably moved down to around the door, but I think probably opening it might not be a good idea.
Not until we're all
No,
sort
well,
of surrounding it.
I'll move to the door. I'll leave any searching to the rest of you. So. Here we are. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of plod my way down, I think. And I could move down next to you. Why don't you go? Can you get to there or there?
Not quite, no.
How many do you have?
So I can stop one short.
Yeah. Okay. So well, that might 1, 2, 3. I can only get as far as that. Where were you? Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, we could go diagonally.
If you go to there,
Yeah, that's fine. Leave that clear.
then I can go to here.
Yes.
And then I could search with my action, and then the other boys can stand back and manage them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. I just want to stop you there because you might have triggered a trap there.
Ah.
So what we've got here is on this square here, there is a hidden trap. So let me just find out here. I'll have a quick look. Because what we do is when you do trigger a trap, there is a dice roll. So I will tell you. Do you want to roll it or shall I roll it, Ronnie?
I'm going to roll it.
Go on then. Let's see
Find
what
out
you've
what kind of
got.
dice it is. It is a 1.
So a 1, you've been hit by some poison darts. It says a poison dart trap is triggered. The overlord player immediately attacks the hero that triggered the trap using 3 combat dice.
Fortunately, hitting the dwarf. So finally, the dwarf's skills of taking a good pounding is coming
So I'm rolling 3 dice.
right.
And your shield is 4, isn't it, on a
Okay,
dwarf?
so you've got to beat a 4.
So I
that's
need
my heavy
5s and
armor.
6s, which I've missed completely. Those darts. I think obviously,
all around my body,
I was
were
going to say, with you being a little bit shorter, the darts went over your head.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
yeah, you were
Put it into the wall above my head.
you were lucky there. So yeah, so you can carry on with the rest of your movement now.
Okay, so I'll go to the 4, and then I'll do the searching just to
Okay.
see what's going to come out. Obviously, the dwarf is always looking for gold, trying to get his hands on the lucre. And just in case the trap wasn't enough, we've got a marauding monster.
Right, yeah. Just before you read that out there, when you searched, we normally check for hidden doorways.
Sorry.
But it's fine, there isn't any, so you would have had to draw that card anyway.
Fine.
Just-
So I got big key.
Just for those watching, so you know
Yeah,
we
we know the
didn't do
rules.
it.
We didn't know the rules. But we just get too excited and forget. Okay, so yeah, no hidden doorways, but there is a marauding monster. The Overlord player may immediately place 1 monster of the type shown for the adventure being played
So yeah, it's in the quest book.
in any square next to the exploring hero model, or a square within 5, or within a square within 5 of that hero. So unfortunately, so now wizard can be at risk, the barbarian can be at risk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can even mess up the elf, which has done absolutely nothing so far, I think.
So the
It's been a dwarf elf aggro there, just getting in the.
so in my quest book it tells me that it's a zombie. So the zombie's going to come onto the table, and it would be I think it would be wise to let's put it here right in front of the door, just to kind of get in your way a little bit.
Not only that, by
Yeah.
doing that, we can't kill it. And you're going to club us up for a whole turn, which is rather mean of you.
Was our wizard moved yet?
No.
No,
okay,
so
good.
could the wizard move and do a ranged attack?
I've got any left.
As long as you don't aim too far left or right.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, Rory. Sorry, Olaf.
So they'll just go straight over Rawding's
One
head
second.
again.
Could you get through there and shoot?
So I guess the safest option would be for me to come up here somewhere and get a nice clean line of sight shot against a zombie. So I've got movement 6, haven't I? So I could get
Stops us being
to
slowed down by,
1,
doesn't it?
2,
We've all done our
3,
go, so-
4,
Yep.
5. I can get to here, or I could even hide in the corner, and I should have a nice line of. In fact, if I go there, I'll be
Yep.
even
Yeah,
clearer.
you're covering
won't
that
I?
door. We're going
Yeah.
to go through that door. You're in good
And then
position.
I'm
You
close to
wanna
that door then as well, so I want to go
We're
in
going to
there.
go
Don't
through
we?
that one next, aren't we? I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Obvious place.
Okay.
Okay, so I get 4 shots.
Okay. And against my zombie, it's shield is just 1, so twos and aboves.
Oh, again, snake eyes again, but I did get a 3 and a 6.
Okay, so I am rolling 2 dice, so I need to try and get over that 6 and the 2 there. 6 and the 3, sorry. So I got a 3 and a 1. So the 6 is a success, which knocks out my 3, and the 3 is a success, which knocks out my 1. 2 points of damage. Target damage on a zombie is 2.
Yep,
The
excellent.
zombie has popped.
Tell you what, for an elf that's not done much, yeah, an
I'll
awful
tell
lot of
you
killing.
Oh, get it,
Famous
yeah.
last words there, isn't it now? This is where it all goes
Teamwork,
wrong.
This is it, yeah, well.
I've moved that just so the facing is clear.
Yeah.
And I think, well, we searched the room, nothing else we can do. I think we'll just get Danor up. I talked about healing you, but I'm not sure you need healing with a 1. I think when you take some more.
What you're about to say, I'm not sure you've deserved it.
Well, that took me a long time to get through those skeletons too,
Did.
so I think that's fair. So if I have a move of 5, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 5, that's fine. I think we can see through the doors what's there. One of us is going to open it up next time, and through we go. And it seems like a nice point to stop that turn and over to the Overlord.
Yeah, so for me, no monsters on the board to do, so that's my turn there, over and done with.
So I think it's us to go through the door.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. What do we think? Who's going to open it? And do we get the dwarves to do something?
I think it's only polite to let the dwarf have a crack
Yeah.
at that. Whatever is behind the door.
Okay. So I will open the door for 1.
Okay, so as the Overlord, I will furnish the room. So we've got a table here in the middle, which you can see from the little symbol on there means it's just short height, or as opposed to a higher height.
So if you're going to shoot over,
Yeah.
I've got a -1. Okay.
And then we've got a skeleton warrior. I'm going to put one of the other kind of skeleton warriors. We've got a couple of sculpts here. I'm going to put him there, and we have another one hiding just at the top of the room, ready for you to try and break through. And that's what we've got.
Okay. So if I've got, how many left? I've got 3 left. So 1, 2, 3. So I can go and have a pop at him.
So was opening the door an action?
It's 1 point of my movement.
Okay.
So it's not a complete action. It's 1 point of my movement, and then I can carry on going. So it's
Perfect.
nice and slick. So can either go up and get him or that one. None of you can shoot at this one. So I think if I go 1, 2, 3 to finish my turn off, so 2, 3, 4, I can have a whack.
Yep.
That one's there for a shot if you want it, and then Olaf can go around and pick up the pieces. Okay, so 4 attacks.
Yep.
Off they go.
So you need 3s and above.
It was 1/6.
Well, I don't think I can even kill it, can I?
They have a target of 2, a target damage.
Because I've got 2 2s and a 1, which are all feeble attacks, aren't they?
Yeah, so 1s and 2s are feeble attacks.
I'll say no more about this dwarf business.
He's got the shield up there.
I'm defending you all. I'm protecting the. I'm clearly protecting
If
the
we
dwarf.
all go this way.
Just shut the door behind him.
Yeah.
Time for
Close the
beer,
door
I
on your way out.
Yep.
Right, so with no much further ado, could you guys just come and kill everything that's in here and clear the room for me?
Well, I think we've got a couple of things we can do. If we want to put some ranged attacks onto the other skeleton, it's do we use the wizard first, and then we can move the elf in front of the wizard, then to fire in.
Or, because I've
do
only
we-
got my
or
really
do
cool,
we go
or
straight
the
in?
elf do it, and then I can come in front if you still need it.
True.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
the elf, and you guys can probably take this
Yeah,
out.
because it's worth saving that in case.
Yes.
It's my
If
big
we get a bit
spell.
more
I've got,
dangerous.
kind of these are getting us out of trouble and pushing things back.
Yes. Okay.
And I think there's some more tasty stuff coming later.
So I'm tempted to say that Olaf's job is probably going to be coming in to reinforce over here, and we use the ranged attacks long ways through the door onto this guy.
Yeah,
So it's whether we try and take him out from a distance first.
yeah. I was just trying to see if I've got the range of my movement to get around in a way that I can not have to fire over the furniture. But to be fair, I think the only way I could get would be there, and then I'd already be
in
in
combat.
combat. So I'm going to be at the modifier, aren't I?
I mean, Madrigal's not a bad fighter.
No.
So it might be, would you rather have the 1 dice and be far away, or I forget what the stats are.
I'll just go straight in with combat.
Is it 4 versus 3?
Yeah.
So you're going to be in the same either way.
Yeah.
And they're tied up, but then you do block Olaf from coming
Yeah.
in.
I think
It's just
you may as
better-
well
while I have
Shoot,
range, it makes
do it
sense to
ranged.
use it.
Use it. If you take it down, then Olaf can come and belt up. If
Yeah.
you can't, Olaf comes in and we've got 1 on each.
Yeah.
I've got no wounds yet, so
Yep.
it's not a
But
big
if I just
drama.
go to there,
Yeah.
Yep.
because then if you do need to get round
Yeah. So your facing needs
to
to be.
shooting, you've got space in front.
So there's your
Yeah, there
facing.
we go.
Well,
Good. Yeah. There we are. Okay.
and
Okay, doke.
Okay.
So,
3 instead of 4.
oh yeah, because I'm at -1.
For the table, yeah.
Yeah.
4, a 2, and a 1.
And the skeleton warriors are protection of 2, so 1s and 2s are misses.
Okay, so all of a sudden it's getting very tasty.
So I roll my dice.
Got 1 third.
Oh,
My
beat it.
5 beats your 4, so I successfully defend against the arrows.
So, obviously, I was not slagging Olaf off earlier, but if you could just come and save us all now, that would be really quite convenient. So 5 is 1, 2, 3. You can easily get there. You could. Did you push through there? Because I'm friendly down. That's it.
I've got enough movement points to get there. So, although that's true actually, because this is blocked, I can't move diagonally.
Can you? Because
or can we move over low furniture? That's a question.
Skitting over the thing is. Well, we don't need to anyway because you can just come in and take this one out.
That's true. I'll go straight for that guy. So that's fine.
The line of sight still.
So I'll go again. So I'm going to move now, and we're going to move. Change of plan. I'm actually going to come around and try and take on this guy after we didn't take him out with the ranged attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tuck in right next to it.
I think you have to stop there.
Yeah, that's the front arc.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Fair enough.
Lined up, so that's
all right. But I'm in a position from where I can attack.
Yep.
And so I'm going to do so with my 5 dice.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy, there it is. There's what we're waiting for.
It's about time.
Saving them rolls up. What's that? Is that three sixes?
5 and a 3. So all 5 through.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't need to try that.
Yeah, don't waste your 2 6s there.
Everything up to this point's just been a few stretches, a little bit of growing up.
Now you're getting in the game.
He's got sufficiently angry now.
It was that big whirlwind, wasn't it? Just kind of loosened his arms up. He's ready to go. Nice one.
Good.
Okay, so we do have Danor.
Yeah,
we do.
Tempted to kind of just. I mean, that room's pretty clear. You're going to finish it off next turn. I might go and prepare myself and stand by this doorway over here.
Okay.
We've searched, but
Yeah.
we're not going to need it, are we? So I'm going to go and stand there.
Ready for.
Yeah, see, that was better because then it gives me more line of sight into the room.
Yep.
Okay.
And over to you.
Right. I've got the one monster there, haven't I? So I've got my skeleton warrior, and I think the best thing I can do is I can probably just try and attack here. I think because I don't want to move out of things. So we're rolling 2 dice here against your protection of 4. So my 3 is a feeble miss, but I do get a 6. And
I've rolled a 6, but it doesn't block it because it does
it
block
does.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, few. So 6
So you've
blocks
managed
it.
to
So,
defend it.
yeah, you got the 6.
So
So unfortunately, I rolled a
All
6.
is good. All is good. So
Okay.
we're on to the next round now.
Okay, so do you want to run up and kill, or do you want me to hit and kill?
I think it probably makes sense for me to do it because then it leaves you more free to. You won't have to then break away to use your not as many movement points to help get out
Start
of the
working
room.
back. Yeah.
So it probably makes sense for Olaf to charge in because it will be quicker for me to.
Glory, glory, glory. I want to kill everything. Oh, that's fine.
It's not about glory, it's about long legs. So,
Simple tact, simple physics, biology. So if you want to come up and
I think so,
hit,
yeah.
if you don't, then we outnumber him.
I think so.
And he'll knock one of his armour, so we
You
can.
want me to move
Yeah.
you across from this end?
Yeah, Johnny, do you agree before we do that?
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah.
Good
so
stuff.
You
Okay.
want to be there?
Yeah, so let's have a go.
Okay.
Me.
Oh, 6, 5, 4, and 2 3s.
Right.
You still take some blocking. In fact, you're going to be struggling because they're all
so-
5. You've got 5.
Yeah, everything's over the top. That's it, isn't it? I can't
Three.
defend against all of those. So yeah, that is the no longer a skeleton warrior.
Teamwork.
There we go.
I was there.
you loosen the jar.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So you've moved 4. No one else needs to come in the room now. We start preparing the next room, so I will search and then move out.
Okay, yep.
So then we can start carrying on up the rest of the way. So I'm going to do a search.
Right. You do find a secret passageway in this room.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Tell me, where is it?
So we get to put the token on, and the secret passageway is here.
Right. Okay, so I found a secret passageway. So that means
Yeah.
there's 2 things. We can now, someone could search this room again
Yes.
to see if there's any treasure in it, which is kind of cool. And actually, I'm going to start heading for the doorway because you can clear what's in there, can't you? No, so, well, I don't know. Tell me, should I start heading out, or are we going to head to this room now?
Well, we don't-
So we've got a decision now in direction.
Because it's a
to go,
secret
haven't we?
passageway and not the door, we don't know what's in there yet.
No.
So-
So you might, as you still might have a roll. Okay, so I'll probably head towards the secret passageway.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2.
Yes.
Do I look through the secret passageway?
Well, I think it would be wrong to spoil the story now and tell everybody what's on the other side of the secret
Nice.
passageway. Keep it on a cliffhanger there.
So I will show the mechanics. I mean, what we'll probably do is, in this case, we will, I think, bring Madrigal into the room to do a search.
Yes.
Let's find out what's in there.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of pause it at that point and let everyone else go and play the game and discover what's on the other side of the secret passageway. Okay. Madrigal, do you want to come on in and join
I'll
us?
pop in just over here somewhere, and then I'll search. I have found a nice stash of gold. Just what I need before I head off.
Perfect. I think that's a good time as well. So I think that we've shown pretty much all of the mechanics there, or certainly a bulk of them. There might be some secrets and some surprises in there, extra traps and things that you haven't come across.
I think you pretty much covered the rules. I think
We have, yeah.
I just want to keep on playing.
Yeah,
There we are.
but you certainly should get a flavour for what the game is. But of course, both you, Johnny, and you, Ronnie, managed to find some gold while you were searching. How does that come into the game? What happens after the mission?
So what happens is when you finish the mission, you're looking at two things that are going to happen. The first is you're going to have your pots of gold, and you're going to get to spend those. You'll have also, for completing the mission, got an experience point. And if you've done it without your revive token, which we didn't show, which is where you've taken so much damage that you have to revive yourself to come back in, you get extra experience. And there may be other things in certain scenarios. If you've done certain things, you get extra experience.
Yeah.
You spend them in two ways. The first, most obvious, is you collect your gold, and you go along to a market trader. There's 3 levels of market trader. The better they are, the more cards you take off the top.
Yep.
And you flip them over, and you can buy that weapon. So it costs 250 gold for a great axe. I'm not going to go through them because there's loads of cool surprises in there. And you find different things. You use your gold, and then the discards go back in. Yep. The better the market trader, the more cards you can take. There is things like legendary weapons and armor and items. They are found in the game, but they stay with you. Yep. The legendary stuff stays with you, so you start the next game. So all of this is about buffing you up, and as you go through each adventure, the monsters get tougher, but so do you, and the cool things you can do. And there's the experience. Johnny, do you want to talk us through what you spend your experience on?
So yeah, the boons is much like your feats and your specials that you have within the game. There's a pool of those that you can collect from with your XP, but it is a finite pool, so if I was to pick a particular one, that's then not available for the rest of the team. Until, of course, I've used it, it goes back in the pool, and then it can be used again by somebody else or bought by somebody else the next time.
So it's what's quite nice. You start picking up legendary, they stay with you. Your equipment stays with you. You can have buffs that as you've completed, and the better you do it, the more gains you get. There is limits. You can only have 5 items being used at a time, and you can carry 7 with you. So you can have a sword and a bow, and you can choose which one before your turn starts you're using. But you can't use 2 helmets.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to get tougher and go through the adventures and kind of leveling up. Not too onerous, but always good fun and exciting things and going through.
Excellent. I don't know if we mentioned it at the start of the video, but this is all prototype materials. So all of the tokens, the boards, the miniatures, the cards, and everything else are all prototypes. You'll get the shiny mass production ones.
Yeah, want them all to play. You find new things. How can we make things jump off and pop better? The minis are kind of just about there. Gorgeous, but you'll see those as renders.
And things like these dungeon tiles as well is they're double-sided. There's another dungeon tile in the box here as well. So all of the dungeons are different. Obviously, orientation, where the block things off are, where the doors are, that kind of thing will change the layout of the maps.
Yeah, so, totally. Just reorientating it. What we've given you is kind of maximum game space for minimum.
So hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea of the rules and the mechanics of the game, give you some more information to decide whether it's something that you want to back. If you've got any questions, please do drop them in the comments, and if I can't answer them, I'm sure the team here will get back to them as well. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the other Dungeon Saga Origins content.